So I want to ask you both, what does it take to be successful within the technology recruitment industry? Adrian?
Yeah, it takes a lot of things, to be honest. I think...
Leave some to me.
Yeah, no worries. I'll let you have one or two. But no, I think, generally, obviously you have to understand your market. You have to be willing to speak to these people and learn from them, understand the technologies, understand who's recruiting, and really get a grasp on what your market looks like and who's involved and where demands are, where demands aren't, and also where to find these types of people, and I think that's the key thing. You have to understand your market. We're not trying to be experts, superstar, we're not trying to be developers here, but we need to understand their industry and what's going on in their industry. So first and foremost, I think that's one of the most important things. Outside of that, as a recruiter, to be successful, you need to be resilient, extremely resilient. You're going to get so many no's, so much rejection. You have to be able to deal with that.
In a competitive
really
market
important.
as well.
Yeah.
With the type of roles we're working on.
Definitely. Yeah. But I believe one of the most important things, and I know a lot of people talk about recruitment as you can get in there without any qualifications and it's an easy way to make six figures, and a lot of people get into it because a mate of a mate of a mate earned 80 grand 1 year doing recruitment in his first job out of university or whatever it might be, and there is a lot of focus on the financial side, but ultimately the success is driven by doing a good job. It's actually caring about the people you speak to, wanting to really support the clients that you work with, and taking a lot of satisfaction from finding the right people to go with the right companies. And then when you get those types of feedback from candidates who are like, thank you, you've really helped my career develop and stuff like that, that's really where the value comes. And then the pound signs are almost like the afterthought, the bonus, of doing a good job.
For me, I would say from experience, it would just be long-lasting relationships with both clients and candidates. I think it's so important. If you give a client the level of service that they want, if you're engaging, with 1 or 2 or 3 hiring managers, if they move on, they will always come back to you for business. It's the same thing with candidates. If you don't forget about a candidate, if you provide feedback, if you're engaged, they will give referrals. They will always come back to you in the future. And I've had that multiple times where someone's come back to me and I've placed them in another job and then another job. And there is really nothing better than someone referring 2, 3, 4 people and not asking for anything in return. So to me, it's just about, building good, strong relationships. We've always done that, I think, with most of our clients in the last 10 years. And it has worked for us. Second to that, as a recruiter, what I would probably say is self-confidence, believe in what you're doing, persevere. It's all about hard work. Just keep going at it, and eventually it will happen for you. You have to believe in what you're doing. You can't flip-flop from day to day. You have to obviously have structure, learn from senior colleagues in your team, always obviously read articles and just develop yourself personally, but you have to be confident in what you're doing. If you're confident, I think eventually everything else, you'll hit targets and you'll get to where you want to in your career. And then something else, I think, in terms of technology, I don't know, Adrian, whether you felt this, but especially with the developers or the type of candidates we're dealing with at the moment, use your social media. You have to network. It's such a different type of candidate now you're looking for and where they're available. These candidates aren't applying to jobs. You could be mixing on so many different things, not just LinkedIn. You can go on Instagram, there's GitHub, there's so many other avenues. I think personally from before, when we were dealing in the healthcare market, it's so different, and a medical professional's working 12-hour shifts. You're speaking to them in the evening or the weekend. Whereas here, true. These guys are available, so just get them. A lot of them are working at home, a lot of them are working remote, a lot of them are on computers. They will reply. It's got such a quick turnaround. Whereas before, I think for those candidates, you had to kind of wait. You couldn't be as proactive. That's what I found.
Yeah, you were being a little bit more reactive. You do all the reaching out, and then fingers crossed, hoping people came back to you, or people replied, or people you spoke to did actually send their CVs and be interested in the opportunity. It is different.
And again, if you're thinking of going into this type of industry, from me, like just from experience, even from former colleagues, you have to have that competitive edge. It is kind of like a sports. It's a sports inside your team, in the broader team, different departments, and also you're in competition with other clients. You know, the competitors, the other 100,000+ recruitment companies that are doing the same. So you have to have that competitive edge. You always have to be thinking ahead, you know, definitely obviously to be the best. I think you have to give 100% on a daily basis. So Adrian, we're going to round this off. So between you and I, 25+ years recruitment experience?
Easy,
Yeah.
Easy. Best job in the
That's
world.
how we add value in Cavendish. 25 years.
25 years.
Dream team.
Dream team. Adrian
Okay.
and Eve, the dream team.